Welcome or welcome back. We had another fun and funny incident happen last night and thought that some of you would find it interesting, especially because it is one of the most classic trolling formats available in existence, at least here in America. Story time. You tell them. I think that people will be more apt to believe it if it comes from you.
I wouldn't have believed it if I wasn't sitting there
No.
actually listening to it happen.
Right.
So, here when you get a bank card, typically in order to activate the card to ensure that the person who receives it is the correct person to use it, you have to go online and input some information at a particular website or give a call to an automated telephone system. And so she had, after attempting the website system, which apparently was providing more frustration than help, I finally said, I've had success doing this almost entirely through automated systems every time I've ever done this, so maybe try that option. So she tried calling, and I can't remember the first time you called through. What happened?
So what you saw the very first call that I made, it told me to enter the card number, and then it just completely went silent.
That's
it refused to acknowledge that I had entered anything, and then it hung up on me.
Yeah, which was very unusual.
Yeah.
I had never, in as many cards as I've ever activated, had never experienced an automated telephone system just crashing like that.
Oh, and all of this was on speaker, by the way, full
Yeah.
blast speaker.
So I thought, that's odd. Something must have happened, a glitch in the system. So, call back, see what happens. It's an automated system. What could possibly go wrong? And I have never in my life. No, that's not true. We got another story to tell after this one.
After this one.
Not quite to this just deliberately clear extent. Never had this happen. It's an automated system. It does the same thing over and over and over again. Like, what could possibly go wrong? So she called back, and instead of getting any kind of professional voice, oh, welcome to the, blah, blah, blah telephone system, please, insert your card information. Do you know the name of the song? Do you know the artist? Because what?
Yeah, it's the classic. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
It's the classic Rickrolling song.
Yeah.
Never gonna give you up.
Okay.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you.
I've heard this song because it's, I don't know, from what, like 80s or 90s or something like that.
It's like the 80s or 90s, and they still use it in memes today.
Yeah, so the song, it goes, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna turn around and desert you, or something
like that.
Right. And so it literally just plays that refrain. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna blah, blah, blah.
And desert you.
And then clicked. Ended the phone call. And I'm sitting next to her just doing my work, and I'm hearing this, and it's not really registering what's happening until the phone hangs up. And I just looked at her like, I don't know how to process that. What just happened?
It's stuff like this that has happened to me all my life. And when I've usually tried to tell people, they think that I'm making it up or that I'm crazy.
Yeah, and if I hadn't been sitting there, I'd have been like, automated telephone system, like, that is a very one-dimensional system. How could you, and of all of the lyrics, of all of the songs that you could have potentially heard, it was a perfect clip of that song.
And it was loud and it was clear. And I'm sorry, it's so funny to me. I love this. I don't know exactly who or what did that to me.
And
it made me so happy. I've been cracking up ever since.
And as I've become more and more exposed, it's fine. I'm still kind of processing it. What was it, last night?
Yeah,
I
honey,
guess it was just last
it was
night.
just last night. I know you're still tired and we're still both sick and recovering. It was last night.
Yeah. So,
Right before bed.
I'm slowly getting more and more into paranormal happenings and things like that. I've always been open to it, but I've not had a great many things happen to me, and certainly haven't really been understanding of all of the ways that paranormal activity can occur. And I know more recently I've been exposed to, say, like online tarot readers, YouTube channelers, or things like that I occasionally will listen to, astrologers, just to, get different perspectives on things. And oftentimes, one of my favorite tarot readers will say that as she is scrying, or just listening for communication from her guides on things, that they will speak in lyrics of
Yes. Of
songs.
songs.
Which, honestly, that makes perfect sense to me if they want to find a way to communicate to people that is essentially in their same language, not necessarily, just the flat language, but in ways that are relatable and perhaps evoke some kind of emotion or, something like that. I'm coming to understand that as making sense. So when I heard that, and at that particular moment, she was getting really, really frustrated. But your guides are there, essentially, never going to give you up.
Yeah, and so for me, just getting that message, because I've been feeling, truth be told, pretty alone lately. I've just been dealing with a lot of drama and trauma behind the scenes of like the paranormal public sphere, like people not keeping their appointments and they don't care that they've wasted my time. A weird stalker kind of situation, and it's a lot. And so I've been struggling lately dealing with that, and sometimes even wondering if I want to continue on with this project because of how difficult some people have been making it for me. So, but I really was quite happy to hear this message come through, and in such an unexpected way, but also in a fun and funny way, at least what I think. So for me, it was really meaningful and entertaining, and I've never been rickrolled before. So
yeah,
if ever I was going to be, this is exactly how I would want it to happen.
Yeah, well, and so you got your wish.
I did.
And I think having a sense of humor about those sorts of things and not being so serious about what it is that you're doing and trying so hard to make that one thing happen is essential, if for no other reason than for your own mental health.
Yeah, for sure.
To just laugh at it, which brings me to
this one's good too.
When this actually happened to me, sort of.
Yeah,
relatable
similar.
Anyway, similar. So tax season, dealing with the IRS here, Internal Revenue Service in America, is pretty much the seventh circle of hell. And I had been attempting to get a hold of the IRS to rectify some issues in their bookkeeping. And sometimes you have to stay on hold for quite a long time. Occasionally you will get offered the option for the automated system to call you back, and it'll hold your place in line. But previous to that day, I had already waited in line 2 hours on hold for the phone system to just hang up on me. And so that was my first brush with the experience. I called back and got the option to be placed, in line, and they would just call me back when it was my turn. So I chose that option. And when I got the phone call back, it rang through to an automated message that said something to the effect of, "We're sorry, we can't take your phone call right now. Goodbye."
Yeah, they called you back just to tell you that they didn't have time to talk to you.
They called me back just to tell me that they didn't have time. Which, you know what? In some ways, that's really courteous of anybody these days, because I don't know anybody that would call you back just to say, "I'm sorry, I don't have time to talk to you." Click. But I mean, we get that impression after a while when our phone calls aren't returned and things like that. But at least there's a sense of closure. Thank you. Anyway, so that's what happened to me after it hung up on me. I just thought, should I even call back? Like, what do I even do with that?
I know, we were sitting in bed, by the way, in the evening when this happened too.
Yeah.
And you had it on speaker as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So it's really interesting, bed and phones.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna say bed and phones. Like, I think we told the story. We did tell the story about the quantum phone.
Yeah, the
disappeared.
quantum cell phone.
That disappeared into the underneath the fitted sheet. So anyway, yeah, it does seem that they tell you not to be on your phone in bed anyway for blue screen exposure. I'm sorry, not blue screen. Blue screen.
Blue
exposure?
light.
Blue light. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Blue light exposure. So for apparently any quantum, what do they call it? Spooky action.
At a distance.
At a distance.
Yeah.
Except this is not at a distance.
Definitely not.
So anyway, yeah. Bed and phones.
Bed and phones. It's interesting. Bed, phones, and evening time, specifically. Evening/night.
Yeah. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend.
Yeah. So, bed, phones, nighttime. Might want to think twice, especially if you're going to be making any phone calls to any AI automated system. You might get Rickrolled. See ya.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. I feel commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Inside, we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.